Good evening, this is Nerfed, the Human, and welcome back to our Rebels campaign here on Rome Total War. And you join Ahmose the Great outside of Antioch, where he's going to take on Captain Basileos. It's a fairly trashy army, to be honest, but there is quite a bit of experience on there, so yes, could always be a little bit awkward, but hopefully we just have ourselves a wonderful, wonderful bridge massacre. So with that dealt with, we'll have to deal with a few other issues, such as Greece. Greece is looking a little bit more problematic. We have one city already under siege. We have another stack lining up. In fact, we have plenty of stacks ready to take us down. However, we are starting to get the spies out and about, and they're causing some mischief. We did manage to get ourselves, yes, a Beatica over there last time, which is magnificent news. And indeed, with more and more spies on the field, hopefully we can cause some chaos. The Seleucids, hopefully we can just sit on the river and bleed them dry. But this will be an interesting battle to start us off. Let's head in. Oh my, this isn't even a proper bridge, it's just a crossing. It's actually two crossings, by the way, which the AI doesn't normally do anything about, so we shouldn't have to worry about that too much, but okay, we do want to just keep an eye on it. They have some opportunities over there to cause us problems, so I might just send these guys over to this position just to keep an eye on it. Won't mind picking these guys off, but I won't worry about that too much. We've got Eastern Infantry in a, I mean, obviously they've done it slightly wonkily, but we got them in a wonky position here at the front, and we have plenty of archers. I mean, a shocking amount of archers over here. So they're going to get themselves set up. The frame rate's going to completely crash, and we will win eventually. They are just queuing up to die here, and they don't even want to make a rush of it. No, they just want to stand there very slowly get in position while they're being shot. Absolutely magnificent. Well, the cavalry are likely to flee quite quickly, you'd think, in this battle. The frame rate isn't very happy. I'll be honest, it's not that intimidating a formation of Eastern Infantry at the entrance, but they still aren't choosing to do it just yet. I do have my finger on the trigger over here. Yeah, they're coming in. Yeah, we're just kind of hovering our opportunity here just to make sure, as much as anything else, that we can mop them up. I feel like we're wasting a lot of arrows right now, lads, but it's fine. We have plenty of missiles, I'll allow it, but it might be they are eventually sending someone. No, just one at a time to get shot. Interesting. Well, with them still standing around and us kind of getting lower and lower on missiles by the moment, we might as well charge on in. Mr. General is going to pick a very strange angle to hit the peltas, to be honest with you. Just going to clip some of those guys, which is amusing. So just pile through them, lad. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. So we're going to send these guys to pile into him as well. You just keep on running through them. You'll be a-okay. All you're doing is pulling them out of position, and with the pelters out of position, these guys can go and throw some javelins in. You turn yourself back around, and the chariot is going to have a really, really fun time. In comes the chariot, and I suspect they're not going to be very happy about this. No, they're not. Okay, good. So, for some reason, they're not actually all routed instantaneously, but they will soon enough. I don't know. Oh, there's a couple of their guys who are just in range of me, actually. That's a bit of a shame. You get yourselves into this position and start throwing in these guys instead. Good, 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 good. So, we're now shredding all of their support units, apart from this one that I've not actually dealt with. So, can you move yourself over here, Mr. Archer, and do what I told you to do a few minutes ago so that you can actually shoot those lads, because these guys don't quite have the range to do it. So with some of our javelins thrown in, looks like we've done a tiny bit of damage to these guys, but probably not all that much. I did just hear them say head for the hills, and indeed that's probably not a terrible decision. So I tell you what, we'll just tell you guys to fire, and we'll just get our infantry to pile across the river, and we'll see what we can do, because this could be very interesting indeed. So I'm going to say chariots need to be incredibly careful, but Mr. General can at least catch these guys a little bit. So yeah, you get into those militia cav. As long as I'm not a complete idiot, we'll be absolutely fine. So, as soon as I absolutely won't be fine, we will hopefully be able just to get these chariots into position for the rear charge in a moment here. There, General. Their units are just about arriving. Let's get the general out of there. Get the general out of there. And I'm going to say, oh yeah, there's a route. There's a route. Get the chariots in. Get the chariots in. That's what we're looking for. Oh, that's a lot of routing. That's a lot of routing. You get into the rear of them, and that's got to be... Nope. Oh, didn't quite do that, did you, lads? Didn't quite manage to pull them all off. One unit stayed fighting. That's all it takes to rip cavalry apart, obviously. So, unfortunately, that's not quite done it. That's a shame. But the infantry have at least caught up at this point, which is good. So I'll see what I can do about that. We'll get some chariots retrained soon enough, to be honest. I'm going to see what you can do, lads, because I don't really want you getting yourselves killed, but we're going to try and just give a little poke and get out of there. Don't die unnecessarily. Infantry, keep on piling forward. But at this point, Cav. Ah, there we go. Now they're going. So yes. How many of these can we mop up? That's the question. Even in a battle like this, the Eastern Infantry have them surrounded. They still can't manage to kill these guys who are surrounded and fleeing. Come on, do something for once in your sodding life. Right, I'm going to send the general over because he does love a suicidal nonsense charge. So, there we go. That's them as well. Good news. We're going to try and get as many more of these as possible, but most of them pretty much on the death line now. Unfortunately, it isn't as much of a complete brutal massacre as it would have been if they just actually stood and fought on the bridge, but can't really blame them for not getting themselves completely murdered for no good reason. Chariots into the rear. Oh, they got pulled back. That's funny. That's probably terrible news, actually, for my guys, but it was quite funny. And there we go. We've done it again. We've done it again. We're about to be killed. That's actually worked in their favour twice in a row there. That's brilliant. Okay, you can just see the liners of our horses on this edge here. That's just sad. Right, victory is ours. This guy's actually fleeing now. That's pretty sad. Oh, what a strange, strange victory. It is our victory. Be honest, sir. Herios, it's Ahmose the Great, Ahmose the Herios. Yeah, it's not your best in some ways, but it was fun. On to the new turn then, and it's time to head on into Apollonia, baby. 95% public order, 32% chance that we can just waltz straight on in, but sadly, no, that won't happen for us here today. Oh well, it's absolutely fine. Now, we did actually have a little siege here on Tertius, but I cleared that off. It was just a few units, nothing too much to worry about, but we yes, we are getting things in position. Salona has a few spies and sending another one to go and deal with it. Segestica is officially rioting 25%, so that could be incredibly fun in the coming turn or two. Very much looking forward to that. Now, Larissa is looking a little bit chunky, it should be said. Now, the siege over on Iasis has been lifted, but we are going to prepare this force to go and take him down. So yes, Numidia is going to have to be taken out, and that could be quite painful for us, but I think we're just going to need to do that. Elsewhere, Damascus can be put under siege too. We can just grab ourselves all the rams in the world. And of course, Ahmose, he's got himself a few extra Eastern mercenaries to go and stand on the bridge as a bit of a troll, I would say. But otherwise, it's a fairly quiet turn, just spending a little bit of money on things like horse archers over here. That's pretty sensible. And I thought I might as well try and get some peasants, really, because yes, over in Helios, can't really train too much. I'm going to get some peasants, send them over to this part of the world so we can train up some new horse archers in the coming turns. But I think, yes, the main thing to do this turn really is to head into this lad and take him down to Cretians. Is a bit of a problem when we don't have enough cavalry for this battle. Now, the chariots might just be able to do something fun, but we'll have to see. This could be very painful indeed. We appear to have a bit of a problem. There's a massive cocking hill, and we are really not in the kind of position I want to be. But I've got reinforcements, which, yes, as I thought, might just send them in the opposite direction. Okay, guys, that's okay. If they want to do that, we'll just get ourselves into a position. In fact, lads, you might want to run a little bit more speedily than this. Chariots, get yourself forward, actually. In fact, all cav, just charge him, because he's in a stupid position, and we might as well, because I don't see how else this battle's going to go very well. We might as well do whatever we can to cause them chaos. So, okay, ladies, charge on in, see what we can do. We're definitely taking a few out of the missiles, and hopefully, yeah, we can cause a bit of panic with the chariots. It's not going to be great for the Amazonians, but we'll just pile on through. We're losing a few, but if the general goes down, I'm happy with that. So send them back out, and we'll just see how the rest of this setup goes. How are we doing, by the way, lads? Down he goes! Okay. Well, they're a bunch of absolute tits. It's marvellous news as far as I'm concerned. And we can hopefully go and deal with them. They are all at sea as far as I can see right now. My rebels are behind on that hill there, which... Why did they give up the hill? I know these guys appear behind. I'm glad I put that as AI controlled, by the way, because that is awfully good fun. Right, we need to decide what we're doing now. These guys, you're not going to win against them. So if you're not going to catch them, there's not much point in bothering. So I'm just going to say get those chariots back over there and get the rest of our cav back behind the line pretty much straight away. Actually, no. We actually do have an opportunity here, don't we? Let's get these guys up the hill and see if we can cause some chaos. Generally, you do need to go stay with the army in case something goes wrong, so go and do that. But the chariots can stay here and keep shooting at them. That will be a-okay. That's the peltasts. I want to get on top of their Cretians, if at all possible. So that's some of their guys. Should I be supporting my allies? Not that much. Not that much. I really want to make sure I'm dealing with the Cretians. Where are they? Where are the Cretians, damn it? Can't actually find them. Here are some. Here are some of them. I mean, the rest are on a flank. Can't see, but it's a bit of an awkward hill, to be frank, which means one of them's possibly up there. That looks like the other unit. Potentially it is. So we're going to get these two up here. That'll be absolutely a-okay, and I think that means we should be safe from their archers, at least for a moment. Alright, these guys are running off into this side. Let's get my archer lads. Where are mine? Over there. Unfortunately, they're not in range yet. We're not as far downhill as we could have been in this battle, but it's not particularly ideal either. Okay, these guys, I'm going to let my guys take care of all that. I'm going to see if we can go take care of these Cretians. If nothing else, we're going to float behind them and cause them some chaos. So there we go. Right, running through our pikes. That's lovely stuff. He looks like he should be safe now. General is fleeing. These Cretians aren't in position. They're also not shooting. So that's good. There's a lot of cavalry around them right now. Ladies, run away. Run away. Because they could be annoying, potentially. I really don't want to lose my Amazonian chariots. They're not as solid as you might think. Not particularly solid at all, actually. So, we will see. We'll send the general over here just to cause some chaos. These guys, if you can just take care of the Cretians, I'll be pretty happy. So, I suspect these are going to be wavering. Yeah, they're in a bit of trouble. They're going to throw in some javelins. So I'm just going to say turn around. General's going to be too late to help. Yeah, they've done it anyway. They do at least rout units pretty darn effectively. And it looks like they're just... What is this army doing? Quite frankly, it's atrocious all around as far as I can tell. Right, so they're now fleeing, but they're going to be fleeing through my rebels on a hill. So how do I support them in this particular battle? I don't know. So can we rout anyone else? These guys... no is the answer to that, but that's because they're useless. Right. Alright, I'm going to have to try and refigure out what I can actually pick off at this point of the battle, because it's a mess. Up in the AA only watching affair, we've got our units piling through their hoplites, which might seem a little bit insane, but sheer numbers hopefully does the job. We've got plenty of archers fighting hand-to-hand for some reason against their best units. Okay, it's A-okay because they are complete numpties, as it turns out. These guys are still just poking at their units over here. You know what, lads? You don't need to worry about them anymore. So the chariots are... They're running for the hills. Yes, indeed. You should have stayed on the cocking hill, you tit. But I'm kind of glad you didn't, because this battle could have been an absolute disaster, quite frankly. So they're my 7 horse archers. Hopefully you don't get themselves killed, because I don't have very many of them. These guys are actually turning towards us, which is slightly worrying. Let's not get the general killed. Let's not get the chariot killed. But if we can, yeah, get around to this peltest and grab the high ground from them, that would be hilarious as far as I'm concerned. Are they finally going to try and deal with us? That's kind of silly. Okay, militia cavalry are going to come on in and we'll clear them out. So we've now got a route. General, please don't die. I don't really like the messages popping up at the moment my general runs into some hoplites. It's not particularly ideal. But yes, you ladies, you can just shoot him. That will be a-okay. You can skirmish now. You'll probably be fine. Looks like they've ran into our forces, and honestly, I don't have a lot of cav, so I'm just going to mop up what I can. Also, what's the road over here? Bit of an interesting little road. Okay, some archers. That's our archers. That's good. Yes, I think we're doing fine, mostly. I'm sort of getting mildly confused here by what is actually mine, but there we are. So where's my general end up? Over here. Absolutely fine. So get yourselves over here. Looks like they are going to try and run through our peasant trap at the top of the mountain. That's excellent news. And to be honest with you, I'm going to grab all my peltasts, run up the hill. Like, we might as well get someone in this general direction, because they're kind of coming over here for some reason. Not really sure why, but I might as well start moving people. Don't know why they get involved in a fight now. Very, very confusing. Right, well, we've got a few more of their guys running away. There's a peltast about to flee as well. I keep losing the general because it's all very, very confusing. I'm going to blow the Horn of Destiny and get everyone else to charge on into the side of these phalanxes. Please don't die, sir. I just want a rout. So yes, into these guys instead is probably for the best. What is everyone... What is this battle? So at this point, I think this is about it. This one unit's going to get away. The rest of them are somewhere just doing stuff and things. We've got a few units who are throwing some javelins into positions. I think they're pretty much all broken, but who really knows what's happening here today? I'm quite pleased that we had the reinforcements up this hill, but it's an absolute mess of a battle. I mean, it's worked out very well for us. Should be said, 16 to 65%. Yeah, we're not mopping up quite as many as I'd like so far. Don't know where this guy's going. We should probably send like the chariots after them, but he might have gone too far. Yeah, he's already at the edge of the battlefield, so let's not worry about him. I think it's all over, to be honest. Pretty much looks like it is. Officially, it is victory, and I don't know if that's just because these guys have actually fled. Indeed, they have. They fled a very interesting direction compared to their friends up the mountain here. But ultimately, I guess the job for them is done. What else is there left to kill? I don't really even know. There's some hoplites over there. Definitely want to deal with them. So we'll get across and finish them off. So, okay, some random cav at the rear. He probably could have dealt with that guy, but you know what? I don't know what's gawking going on. It's just one of those days. But there are plenty of hoplites to wipe off the map. And actually, this is a good army in a very good position with a general who immediately got himself killed. That was quite funny. I was imagining I was going to, like, wind them round the side of the mountain, and there's just a tiny down bit in this corner here. And I imagined turning them around there, but of course my reinforcements completely changed that plan. So there we go. We'll just let people gather themselves a little bit of free XP at the end here. And I think, by and large, I think 2 full units escape, or near enough full. The rest of them, all gone. So 75% killed. You can argue with that. With that then, yes, just a few of them totter off into the distance. But they do have many, many more where that came from. So mildly concerning. But we can at least potentially update this army into something more potentially powerful. So yeah, we'll have a little look. See, these guys were fun just for chasing things down. That was really the only reason I even brought them along. But there we are. Okay, some horse archers in is very nice, but there are some infantry archers. I should bring the archers along, but really it's a case of who do I leave behind? Probably some peltas, but 2 experience should never be sniffed at. Still, we will grab those 2 guys move over here, and I would say standing by this mountain is probably a pretty darn good idea, actually. It's a new end turn, and of course the Seleucids want to come in for another poke. And is it actually the same army again? It's... oh! They've got golden elephants. This is interesting, because we can just make them go amok with fire. Well, I see why they fancy their chances, and it's a bit concerning that they got some of these units on the field these days, but even so, not too concerned. We don't have any phalanx for those elephants. Hopefully it'll be fine. Let's hit on him. As you can probably imagine, then, we are getting ourselves prepared here. As I say, no phalanxes, so yes, we'll have to be pajama men guarding the riverbanks. We do some mercenaries too, which will definitely help our chances. Oh dear. Now, they are flying in here, which is probably their best bet, actually, of just, yeah, we are going to be too busy. You know what, yeah, that's been a very, very, very sensible plan by them, annoyingly. So yeah, all flaming missiles into those elephants wherever possible. And I'm going to need you, javelins, to be throwing into the elephants too. So we're going to get lots and lots of flaming missiles into the same area. If they're going to dally around at all, this could go very, very, very silly as indeed. So, yes, get the javelins in. Get us a screenshot of glitchy nonsense. And I think they might be panicked. They are panicked, but they're not running amok just yet. Come on, please, run amok, you fools. That has to be it, surely. Yes, they're running amok, baby! Elephants charge through their own men. And that is exactly what we all came here to see today. Oh, that is absolutely magnificent gravy. You can't ask for any more than that. Now, unfortunately, I think they're all immediately dead, apart from maybe one at the very rear. Okay. Yeah, just, guys, just change your fire over to anything that's not currently fleeing. I'm going to start sending my cavalry just to get across, because whilst they will regroup a little bit, there's honestly going to be nothing left at all anyway, so we needn't worry about it very much. Oh, that is magnificent, and the battle is already over. And indeed, officially, victory is ours, and then more flaming arrows come in anyway. So I'm going to tell them to stop firing and to just move back, because, you know, if I ever forget to do that, the comment section will never let me forget it. So let's go and send everyone forward if they can make it. But we might have been just a smidgen too late whilst we were laughing. But that was absolutely glorious. I really couldn't have asked for much more than that nonsense. And let's hope Ahmose doesn't die. He certainly shouldn't, because they're all fleeing. But you never know with the Rebels campaign. They normally find a way to do something new, novel, and very, very stupid indeed. And down they all go, and this is where the game crashes, isn't it? Oh my. No crash, but just Admiral versus Getrix coming on in. Oh, even with 3 experience we lost. That's a bit of a joke. And another defeat there. Okay, we might... the problem as we get ourselves more territories, we start having less and less random spawns to some extent, because more of the spawns are not available. By that I just mean if they're rebel territories, you don't get rebel spawns, obviously. So, yes, less pirates at the moment. Now, we've got a new army coming on in with some, wow, gold chevron peasants. Very nice. I don't know how you get these guys up to this without the game being complete bollocks pile of cheating. But we shall see. They've got themselves a ballista again, but there's no cavalry. Oh, sorry, Thomas. There's 2 cavalry, but we'll be able to deal with those, I would think. So this is going to be an interesting one. Hopefully I get the mountain. Well, it turns out we do have ourselves a pretty tasty hill, though it looks like... yeah, it does look like we're just going to have to do a tiny bit of a wangle here just to make sure we've got the angle on them. Still, quite happy with that, although I did the Cretians perfectly on this little crest of the hill. But we'll see if they want to come on in. They are the attackers after all, so they're going to have to do it at some point. So we'll go and grab these 2 to go and harass them, or we just make sure that they can't get around, because this is unfortunately the lesser bit of the hill for us to be utilising. So we'll see what they want to do. But apparently they're not coming immediately. Got some cav over there just for mop-up duty later. Hopefully I remember they exist. If I don't, it's really not the end of the world. There are some peasants over there who we could do some shooting off, because that'd be funny. And I'd quite like to take care of the ballista potentially, if we can get around the back. But to be honest, it's probably not too much of a worry. And because I'm a masochist, I'm going to take out these peasants. If you're that good, damn it, you should join the anarchy. How good is their defense skills? Enough to dodge an arrow, Steve? Ho, 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 ho. No, it's not. It's definitely not. He's dead. So, yes, we'll probably send in the chariots just to finish them off, because that seems vaguely amusing to me. So let's go and do that. Yep. Go have a lovely day, lads. Unfortunately, the Amazonians are here to chop you down. And by chop you down, I mean they're just going to tease you, actually. I think they're shooting them in the back. No death by snoo for you, sadly, sir. Now, what are they doing? They're getting themselves into a position of sorts. They seem potentially irritated by the fact that I'm behind them, which they probably should. Cretan archers, it's a shame to kill you as well, but unfortunately you are absolute fools, and you're on the wrong team as well. So we're going to deal with you. They are reloading. I don't like that. They're going to get a shot in. Ooh, I think they might have been hitting the horse archers. No, they weren't. But they don't seem to have landed a decent hit on us, so that's a shame for them. So hopefully we can just rout them, because normally the chariots do that job. Indeed they do. That's excellent news. Now, actually, everyone else, by the way, they're actually approaching our line. They seem full back. It's just those guys running away. I really don't know. Everything's a-okay as far as I'm concerned, though, because we've basically done the two things I wanted, which was to, take care of the ballista and those guys. And it looks like the militia cav are being shot down. He lost his mate, and now he's trying to get out of here too. Bit of a shame that he's a coward, but he is an absolute coward. So, with those Cretans being mopped up, this is probably Thomas. You put your skirmish mode on, and you use the horses that you left in the trees to go and chase people down. But to be honest, I think they're going to get away no matter what. Still, we'll send them over in that direction, and they can do that job in good time. Let's make sure the Amazonians don't get themselves killed, and you can just keep these guys distracted. As for the main battle, by the way, don't worry, I can see that a battle's about to happen. And these guys are about to flank this particular side. That's the armoured hoplite. Down goes Steve with many more javelins than they need to be using on him. Armoured hoplites need to go down, so I'm just going to make sure the chariots just come around this particular flank. Yeah, they are going for the wide approach on us here, but that is fine. I'm just going to go and get some Hastati over to come and help out in this little area. Yeah, and I'm going to say just get a few more missiles into there to help out as well. Good, Amazonians are going to swing to those peasants who actually are going to put up a fight, because they are very experienced, but they're also, I don't know if they're going to do an awful lot of damage either, so I think that's probably okay. Maybe they're gone. They are gone, and most of them are kind of gone at this point. There's a few units actually fighting, but they're not going to fight for that long, I don't think. Now, obviously, they're just going to pike against pike. Kind of happy enough with that situation, but I think... Yeah, okay. Just need to be careful of my Amazonians getting themselves caught on the armoured hoplites, which they just did. It's the one place you're not supposed to catch. Ah, dear, it was always going to happen. But that's what happens with all your chariots. They'll always eventually die like that. It's a shame we haven't had any more so far this campaign. It's just the way it's gone. So I'm going to concentrate on my fire on that. You guys are just hacking... Oh, sorry, just dealing with them. You, just keep on skirmishing. Most of this is basically won now, so I reckon this is just a case here of getting everyone forward and wrapping this up, because we should be absolutely fine. I'm going to tell you actually, sir, to come this way. You get into that position. You get into that position, and you just start running them down. Get yourselves out of formation, lads. Formation, charge them. It's probably time to get a little bit of revenge. So, ladies, if you're done dealing with the Steves over there, it'd be great for you to come and charge the back of these guys and clear them out. They are wavering. They are being shot by a few lads. There's a few units coming on in. Charge on in, my girls, and hopefully clear them out. You want to clear them out? Bloody things. They're impossible to kill, aren't they? And they've routed. Bit of a shame, but it is what it is. Right, everyone over here, you should be mopping them up. Yes, they're actually not fleeing, Thomas, so that is a potential problem, yes. But other than that, mostly we're clearing them out. Are you actually fighting anyone who's fighting back? No, you're not. Fine, just keep on running through them. We'll make it eventually, and I think we'll be able to clear out most of these guys, if not quite all. Yeah, they're routing. That means Elven hoplites are gone as well. Sadly, a few Amazonians lost there, and they're probably not lost to missiles either, which is a big shame. It's just the way it goes sometimes, and they are chaotic, ladies. They've gone out the way that they wished, so that is absolutely magnificent. So I would say, yep, time to just mop them up. And luckily, just to finish us off, the armoured hoplites who are kind of chasing us off right now seem to decide to run off in the opposite direction and then realise that everyone else had gone home the other way. So basically, alright, we got that weird thing where there's a separate guy who's somewhat causing us problems in the chase here. Right, take care of him. And with that, we've got ourselves another magnificent victory here today. It's just going to be magnificence after magnificence. Speaking of magnificence, this may not be over here in Herios, which is, yes, this old Numidian town. We've got Gishkor coming on in. He is 57. Unfortunately, he's not much older than that. I thought he might be. Then I would moan that he was so old and it wasn't dead. But to be fair, I think he's young enough where he should be alive. So we're going to end that life. And realistically, they don't actually have very much, do they? 3 Eastern Infantry. You are, I mean, I am a proponent of these guys, but it's all relative. Some Numidian mercs. And then we've got the 2 generals and all the rams in the world. I mean, we kind of have the same army here. A couple Hastati, you know, yes. Obviously, this was getting us Roman units, so it'd be magnificent to have them on our side. As for the reinforcements, these are just a couple of random units. I'll take control of those, thank you. I think it's fair to say that the narrator man is a little bit too excited about the reinforcements, who are not going to achieve very much. But they're here, which is, you know, fair enough, lads, fair enough, but you should probably not have bothered. Still, we'll send them to fight, and hopefully they won't die too quickly. Now, if anything, what they will do is distract people, so hopefully that's what we're going to do. Let's tell you to walk. There's no point of you rushing to your death, but you might as well head over here. I'm going to go and get these guys just to throw in some javelins in this part of the world, just to see if we can, like, just distract, slow down a unit here or there. I don't know, maybe we can do something. But basically, we're going to give it all up because I don't really know what else we are going to be able to do here today. So we'll just fight them on the plaza and see what we can manage. Seems I baited the general, which, okay, my plan was to stand next to him and throw javelins, to be fair. So I think he got the memo on that front. But, you know what, if we can just lead him off the battlefield into the middle of nowhere, I'll take that. That's not too bad. But, yeah, I was wishing he'd just stand there and die. Some people have been killed, though, which is okay. I'm going to tell you to go there and you to go here. And we'll figure out which one he's actually following. And that means we can make a decision. Looks like you're following this lad, doesn't it? All right, well, we're going to run you off into that far corner. No, he's going off to this guy now. Run off into this corner. Although maybe not into my javelins, please. That would be very nice. Right, well, I'll forget about them. They'll be dead soon enough. And everyone else seems to be wandering their way, yep, into the city, hopefully. They send the javelins into hand-to-hand combat and not into any other kind of fight. If nothing else, we'll get this guy tired and or, you know, dead, maybe. Hopefully he doesn't take out these guys. That'd be unfortunate for them. Well, I can't say I know very much about what's going on in the city, but over here we are doing a little bit of damage to this guy with our javelin, so we are going to make him do a bit of a drive-by. Oh no, don't run away. That's absolutely right, yep, keep on running. Get some side javelins anytime, lads. There we go, that was... Oh, they just got teased. They just got... Why are you running away? I thought I just turned that off. Okay, I must have pressed the wrong button. But anyway, we're now going to take on this lad, which is not necessarily the plan. This is not what we're supposed to be watching right now. Thank you very much, game. But we might take him out if we're lucky. Fortunately, they've routed, which isn't particularly sensible. And now they're going to run. Which is a shame, because we actually could have picked him off there. If they had actually thrown a javelin, maybe it would have. But if nothing else, we've been distracting them. That was kind of the idea. So I guess we'll We'll take that scenario. You said we're supposed to be distracting someone. I guess you can run a bit quicker. The general's dead. Excellent. Those javelin cav potentially could have done something more useful. These ones maybe could be in the city. That might help as well. Who knows, just a random cav in the rear at the end of the battle might be quite helpful. So when those come to save the day, someone remind me, because God knows what I'm doing. As for the actual battle then, well, the Libyans are charging on in. So we're going to send our Numidians to throw javelins in. And that means we're going to get the first hit. They're just charging, which is great news. And that is a lot of javelins against their javelins. Hopefully we don't waste them all. But if nothing else, we are at least going to get a morale break on 1 or 2 units. The Numidian javelins coming in this time. Lovely stuff. These guys can put themselves in guard mode just to make sure that they keep on throwing. That's good. 2 breaks at the start. It is potentially more of my missiles than I'd like to see gone, but it's not the worst start. So these guys, they're routing through them. That might just slow things. Down. I don't know. Not sure it's particularly helpful. Anyway, we actually got some proper infantry turning up now, which means they are going to throw javelins into our own men. They're going to throw javelins into our men, and everyone's going to have a lovely time being skewered. And okay, the first. Thomas, you've left things on skirmish mode. Every one of you should be off skirmish mode, you tits. Your job is the plaza. You got to stay on the plaza, you fool. Okay, so into the Numidians, if you can. That'd be lovely. So we'll get all these guys onto guard. They probably should just stay on guard to try and throw missiles in as much as possible. Throw some javelins. Oh no, the peasants. So these guys have done some distracting, but they hit some javelin and failed to do anything to them, which is a mild embarrassment, I would suggest, yes. So the Numidians should be going down. The narrator's really way too worried about these random generals. Okay, looks like we mostly cleared off this particular approach. They've now got this approach to come in against us instead. I don't know if he's Roman, sir, but anyway, they're now running, which is excellent news. I don't think we should be throwing too many javelins right now, lads. Right, I've got my 2 Hastati here. I'm trying to hold back just a little bit, so we'll see how long it takes for them to get involved. But yeah, some nice javelins over in, say, this bit would be nice just to get some side angles. Very nice, but we don't have an awful lot of javelins left. So yes, you go and get us some lovely, lovely side throws where possible. I'm going to say you guys hold off because I want something left for the cavalry who are going to arrive eventually, and that's going to cause us some issues. So, okay, where are you going? Somewhere. Get on with it, please, you absolute cretin. Looks like we managed to clear off another unit, though, so that's good. It's working out. It's working out. This is a very nice city for this, by the way. I mean, the good old temple with just a couple rugs at the front, always amusing. But more to the point, why aren't these guys routing? Also more to the point, yes, we've only got 2 small entrance ways on this particular plaza. Stop throwing at them over there. There are men right here trying to kill you, you fools. Right, I'm going to say all missiles into this general. Yep, all missiles into the general. And you, as well, get your missiles in too. So hopefully we don't break, but we'll see how this goes here. My audio is going a bit weird, so I feel like the battle's going weird, but it's not horrendous just yet. All the missiles coming on him. Please let it work, because we're going to need it to. General's in here somewhere. Let's just make sure this way is secure. I don't think anyone is coming that way, but it's worth just covering that just in case. They are pushing us back brutally now, but we've got the general back here and hopefully he's fine. In come the cavalry charge from the rear, and tell me that this isn't going to be the genius moment that wins the battle for us all, because it is going nicely actually. They might not do it entirely, but they're doing a great job of distracting 1 or 2 of them. Oh, please let their charge do the job. Run through them, lads. Run through them. You can rout them if you can. He's on the plaza now. Technically, he can't rout. They've done the job, baby. Oh, I love that he's arrived and actually is doing some fighting. Get these guys in to help them, damn it. Get them into the flanks. Right, these Cav, unfortunately, are kind of stuck against the wrong enemy at this point. I would say, yep, close the trap against the General. Close the trap against Mr. General McGee. There are the two of them there. One of them's a bit battered. Down he goes! Just as the cavalry arrive, I'm going to say that was me calling it. And indeed, it definitely was, and I definitely didn't bullshit any of that. Right, send the cav forward to go and chase them down. That's both of their generals dead. There is still this one or two of these units still actually trying to fight for a moment, but we'll just see how that goes because I've only got like 14 cavalry here. So hopefully we just instantly rout. I'm going to say just get everyone piling forward. Yeah, get them all piling forward. We'll leave the infantry here on the plaza. To keep them safe. If we're Roman, actually no, it isn't staying Roman. It has sort of converted itself. Who's still fighting here? Because we seem to have won, but there's probably some random unit around a flank who can't find how to find the city. This is a pile of our peasants. Fair enough, lads. I mean, you killed about 2 Libyans. Nice job. Goodly news, I figured out why this bar is still so full, because it turns out there's a number of them just hiding around this corner here. They've gone all the way around the back, which is hilarious because they're about to just run towards my Hastati on the plaza and get themselves surrounded. So I think that's them done. Realistically, I don't know if there's anyone else hiding in any stupid spot here. This guy can be chased down. That'll be A-OK. And yeah, as for the rest of this, it's just a simple case of getting the Hastati in. You were just keeping hold of the plaza for us. Time to run on in and to finish this off. Isn't that just magnificent? So yeah, these guys are now fleeing. This should be the last unit here. Come on, lads. Come on. Why are we routing? 32, yeah, fair enough. Some of us are a bit knackered, aren't we? You get into those guys. We'll try and close the trap. Some of us are going to make this slightly stupider than it's supposed to be. Technical term, of course. Your general is routing. Which one is that? Oh, it's this guy again. Are we? Why am I Hastati routing? That is embarrassing, lads, but I think that's the only way for that battle to end. We're mass routing as the victory goes. Who's going to kill each other? They're all just going to let each other... Guys, they're running away. Someone's doing some killing in here. Yeah, the rest of us maybe just need someone to trickle to the plaza. And then they can try and... This is just so stupid. Okay, some of us have regained ourselves. But I will just grab myself another screenshot. Okay, I'm going to spend way too much this episode on this particular battle. But you know what? It's been amusing. I have crushed the enemy. What a cocking mess. What else on this end turn? Because this entire episode so far has just been massacres all around. Spartacus wants himself a friend. Very nice. This guy gets to live. That's nice for you, I guess. We'll merge what we've got. We have lines of Hastati coming in. Oh, only 4 more actually. So not that many lines. But we'll see how that goes. We'll repair our wall because I don't know why. We might as well. And you know what? We don't need to have a high tax rate here, so we won't worry about it. So that's absolutely okay. Adoption not complete again, which is rather irritating. Is that just because he had no one in his army? That shouldn't be how that works. Spartacus is over here, here. Somewhere? Where's Spartacus? It's down here. There's no reason that you shouldn't be getting your guy, but there we are. Okay. We don't have a family tree, so it isn't like we can see if he's got 4 members. No one appears on it, so okay, weird. By the way, up to 36 regions, in case you were wondering. We're actually not far from 50, including Rome, which did escalate very, very quickly, of course. But even so, that's looking very good. Right, so Spartacus itself has... yeah, some nice reinforcements for these guys who, let's be honest, are a bit of a mess of an army. Send some over there. And do I want to send some over to Spartacus? I think I do. Let's send them down there. And I think he should be safe because it's the same distance as the last army. Now, as for you, I'm just going to keep you here, Ahmose, for the time being. You just turned 51, so he's getting on a little bit. But I think you'll see yourself over to victory, lads, so don't worry about that. How are we doing in terms of rebellions, by the way? Not sure. Might as well get someone in there. 140, not surprised. It is the capital, of course. So, alright, no need to worry about that, although it is interesting to know what they've got. They've got a few more golden elephants, who didn't turn out to be too useful last time, but you never know. Don't want to be getting too confident with that old situation. So we've got Halicarnassus over here, 2 turns till surrender. Looks like they are going to come at us on that bridge, so maybe I just need to go in and finish that one. Tom Zentium looks like he's about to be under attack, and that's a shame. And over here, interesting situation. Can we get some more creation? Oh, hoplites. I'll take them, that's for sure. These guys, get in there. Can we train any of those? What have I got coming out here? Starty. Yeah, it likes converting over to Macedonian, sadly, because that's just what we've got a lot of. So we are accidentally triggering that a lot. Larissa already had tons of spies and is already routing. You have not rebelled in spite of... Oh, they must have got something else in here to fix that, like their own spy. Bit of a shame. But we'll see if we can cause any more chaos. Okay, there's a few other things we can do. Apollonia. We'll just head straight into there. So we'll crack that one open. That should just be an auto-resolve simplicity. There we go. And we'll enslave because good for money. Now, all of our spies are arriving. 35. Ooh, Thessaloniki, you will be mine. Very, very soon indeed. Here comes a full stack army to go and kill all my Roman leaders, by the way. Can any of you get anywhere out of Larissa? No is the answer to that. That's a shame, but we are getting more and more spies, so we'll just keep on sending them in. There's 70% there as well. Yeah, we got a lot of spies in these great towns, and it's causing them quite a lot of trouble. So we'll get whatever units we can across, because we might be needing it. Roman. Very nice. It's a shame that we can't do anything with that, because I suspect it's going to change over on the end term. But it is Roman generals who've taken it, so it might be that that is legit. So we'll have to see about that. So you can't quite make it, sadly, because he's already walked plenty enough this turn. But that's fine, we're just getting a full stack of those lads over in this part of the world. And I think we might as well keep on piling them in that direction. Now, we had Thapsus burning down as well. The game is not quite giving us our revolts here. I'm trying to trigger them, but we're not quite being able to push them over the line, which is upsetting. However, can't help but notice that we've got 3 units. We've just got a general. Now, I can't take out the general very easily. You've just become faction leader, haven't you, for Pete's sake? Okay, well, he's just hanging out over there. Is there a chance to take these guys out, by the way? I mean, it's going to take so many turns to get there. If we get random spawns, we might have an opportunity. On the note of random spawns, I kind of want to be sending... Yeah, I should be sending these armies actually over this way, shouldn't I? That might be the better play here, but I'm kind of... not short on boats, but it's getting less good. That is true. Get on this boat, and you can come around here. I want to see if we can find an opportunity to go and deal with Thapsus, because I've got 2 units on the boat here, and if we find the right moment, we will bounce. But for the time being, we don't have the opportunity. So you get over here, 75%. I send him out and back in. That is just going to get him slightly more trained. It's not going to affect the actual amount, but it might affect it in time as we get better. So that's worth bearing in mind. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to leave the spies for the time being, because we've got a few spies. Let's just get ourselves some units over there in Brutus, and Titus the same with you. Because if I can get some units over in these towns, I'll be in a better spot. You get a market so that you can get yourself a spy. Castlevania's just not playing the script anymore. Is it actually just ours now? Do we just own Castlevania? I don't feel like that should be a thing, but apparently it is. We can put some watchtowers up because we have nothing better to do. Wow. Strange old world we live in now. Well, we are at that point of the campaign now where it's not always worth showing you every little battle we get on with, but we've now taken Halicarnassus and have got the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus. Is that all of the world wonders? All of them apart from this one, we're squatting pretty darn near it, but we're just going to stay on the bridge for the time being, and we'll make our move in a turn or so. Is there any reason we wouldn't do this immediately, actually? Yeah, maybe. Maybe, just maybe. We'll let them see what they want to do first, but we are just going to grab some of our units. Yeah, why not? Send another spy over there. They're happy enough in this part of the world. But we can continue, to go and explore with these lads, because that could be very interesting indeed. So you get back in there, 185. Yeah, you already kicked out, weren't you? So you might as well head into the next town. I kind of think, canonically, if they get caught in one town, you should send them to the next one, just to try and, he's not so well known there. He can do better work somewhere else. So, Pergamon. I'd like to deal with that one in time. We're going to send this guy over to Termon, because, we've got Apollonia now, so we might as well start swinging around there. See if they come for us in this part of the world. I hope the mercs for this guy instead. That'll be absolutely fine, I guess. We're going to send the boats over here, grab this, and go and take Salona. I'm going to see if they build up a unit or two over here, because I'm still trying to kind of gather my forces in this part of the world. Trying to kind of do a bit of scouting. Nothing much more than that. We can't really do anything with these territories other than like get more agents, so they are not our priority. And while I like agents, more to the point, we can't do anything when it's just agents, because we can't really keep pressing forward. We can't reinforce very easily, so we won't worry about any of that for the time being. But with this guarded, I don't think we got an opportunity to pounce anywhere in this part of the world, but Numidia are being held. Carthage don't have a lot, so if you, sir, are done, sir, then I guess we are moving on. So you might as well, Mr. Boat. Actually, I think there were some troops on this one. There were some troops on it, but we are fine. Well, we had to try and take it out, fine. Let's not worry about it. If they come and take this, it's fine. We've got units over here. We've got a long time until they reach us. So we'll figure out that's a tomorrow problem. We'll send units over there in the future. Yeah, there's some of my peasants to go and reinforce that part of the world. And I think, to be honest, you've almost got enough to go and head over there and help them out. 2 more turns, I reckon Spartacus will have some reinforcements for you. That'd be a-okay. Do we want to do Damascus as well? I wouldn't mind baiting them. We'll just wait that one out just a little bit more. Okay, you know what? I think we're going to leave it here. We've had ourselves plenty of, good work, I would say. We've held on to some of our random holdings, some good defences, some massacres, and I suspect the battles were quite long, so while I feel like this might be short, it might be very long as well. I don't really know. I haven't got a timer set up for this particular episode, so there we are. We will see, but Apollonia is now under our control. Greece is looking under attack, and whilst we don't have a lot here, what we have is solid enough, and we can outmaneuver them, baby. The Seleucids are going to start getting squeezed from both sides, so I'm quite happy with that situation. With their best units being taken out on the bridge, we might have a chance yet. And let's not forget about this, actually, should we? Some more horse archers out here. Keep lining them up. Just keep on lining them up. And if I need to get rid of peasants to do that, I absolutely will. And oh yeah, we have this as well. I forget that we've got random things under siege sometimes. It's all absolutely fine. But for now, I will leave you. I'm Thomas, this is the Human, and this has been our Rebels campaign. Thank you, and tally-ho. Welcome to Babylon, which is empty. Oh, Steve's dead. Bit of a shit. Makes me a bit sad about it all. It's okay, guys. This is what it's about. Oh, they turned their backs. We did actually break them with a charge. Exceptional. How are we doing this? They may take our armies, but they'll never take our spies.